What is going on? Welcome to a new video, and today I give to you a gift of the Great One's consistency on YouTube.
Drink it in, man!
When you think about SmackDown, you also think about superstars who made it famous. Just like when you think about ECW, you think about Rob Van Dam, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, and Taz. Same kind of works for SmackDown. So today we're going to rank top 10 WWE wrestlers who made SmackDown famous. Number 10, John Cena. John Cena became the United States Champion, WWE Champion on SmackDown when SmackDown was a cool shit to watch. Back in the day, Cena was very entertaining, and he was one of those guys that made you watch SmackDown. He became United States Champion, WWE Champion against JBL, and had a lot of great matches right here. So he's totally one of the guys that made SmackDown famous. Number 9, Hulk Hogan. Yes, I know it sounds weird. I mean, first, he wrestled in the 90s, and second, he doesn't even exist. Hulk Hogan was a part of SmackDown when the brand split first happened. So having a legend, a former face of the WWE, makes your brand special. And he was also the undisputed champion. Number 8, Brock Lesnar. You see, back in the day, Brock Lesnar was always on SmackDown. He was on Raw quite a few times, but it was SmackDown where he shined. He was one of the faces of SmackDown and had tons of great matches against Kurt Angle, The Undertaker, Eddie Guerrero, hell, even The Big Show. Even one of the WWE's video games, SmackDown, is named SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Brock Lesnar is on the freaking cover, and this is actually one of the greatest wrestling games of all time. Number 7, Rey Mysterio. I don't know how you pronounce it. Whether it was rivalries with Eddie Guerrero, CM Punk, Batista, Randy Orton, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio's best times were always on SmackDown. On Raw he had a great WWE Championship title reign that lasted an hour. On SmackDown, Rey Mysterio's world title reigns weren't good as well, but you see, it did lasted longer than 1 hour or 2 hours, I don't know. Number 6, Kurt Angle. Just like I said, he had tons of great matches against Brock Lesnar. These were the best times of SmackDown, and even though he was successful on Raw, on SmackDown, ECW, TNA, he was also very beneficial to SmackDown. Number 5, Eddie Guerrero. When you think about SmackDown, you think about all these names, and Eddie Guerrero is one of them. He had a shocking yet amazing victory against Brock Lesnar, and he became the undisputed WWE Champion of SmackDown. He was a great face on SmackDown, but he was also a great heel when he betrayed Rey Mysterio, and they had a great rivalry. Number 4, Batista. Now this guy was successful on both brands, but you see, Batista is also one of those guys that fits on SmackDown much more. He became world champion on Raw, but he was traded to SmackDown, and he was SmackDown's champion right here. At that time, he was a face of SmackDown, and he was feuding Edge, and then had tons of great matches against The Undertaker. Number 3, The Undertaker. This guy, when the brand split happened, wasn't on Raw when he became the Dead Man, because he had some gimmicks, like he was buried, then he was alive, and then he decided to become a biker, and then he was a dead man again. Yeah, sometimes wrestling is not really realistic. I mean, obviously, a biker in wrestling. For some reason, The Undertaker wasn't drafted to Raw, and he always stayed on SmackDown, and he was a multiple-time world champion. And I don't even need to remind you what kind of rivalries The Undertaker had. If you don't know, there's something wrong with you, and I don't know. So again, when you look at those superstars, you think this is a SmackDown guy. Number 2, and I thought about putting in at number 1, but number 2, Edge. Yes, Edge is freaking SmackDown. SmackDown never was the same when Edge disappeared. When he was on Raw, there was something missing, but it was totally amazing when he was on SmackDown. He had tons of great rivalries, and just like he said, SmackDown is his home. I mean, he had a great run on Monday Night Raw, but most of the great stuff was happening on SmackDown in Edge's career. And number 1, you cannot put this guy lower on the list because he created the word SmackDown. And it's obviously The Rock. The Rock created the word SmackDown, but not only that. He was the first pick ever for SmackDown as well, first pick of the draft. A lot of people actually forget that SmackDown was created by The Rock, so I am just here to remind you that. On SmackDown he was also the WWE Undisputed Champion, and he was facing guys like Brock Lesnar. So yeah, these are the top 10 names that remind you of SmackDown. These guys kinda built SmackDown, so in 2016 we are going to see more guys who are going to do it as well. Hopefully. Mojo Rawley, Eva Marie. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. The consistency, drink it in, man. Anyway, thank you for watching. It's that time again where I actually enjoy making YouTube videos. It's not as stressful for me because I had tons of shit actually going on, and focusing on YouTube was really tough. But I'm back with the consistency, so thank you very much. If you want to pledge $1, $2, anything like that, I have Patreon. Thank you for all the Patreons. And you can also support me by clicking that like button. Make sure to get 1,000 likes if you enjoyed the video. If you want more of top 10 videos, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't. The Great One, peace, love and hugs. It's been a pleasure.